already know who you are. But who are you? What's your name?
My name is Bailey Tupai.
And we're here at God's Broken Home University. And why are we here today?
We're actually celebrating the grand opening for our organization.
So what is God's Broken Home?
God's Broken Home is gang intervention, gang prevention program for our youth in the community. I just think that there's a lot of things that our city fails to address that's going on in our communities. Of course, I think it's not being showcased.
So now, God's Broken Home is not new. It's just kind of off relaunch because of the remodeling and the mural and all that good stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah. We've been boots on the ground, working with our youth. There's a lot of work that's been going on, but it was just recent. Well, actually today was the official opening of the doors. But we've been up and operating for a while now.
So I look forward to you watching some of the interviews. But I talked with quite a few of the youth, and this space is very powerful for them. Yeah. They're using words like "this is our safe space." Right? You can hear in some of the interviews that I did, you have a laughter, right? The laughter, right? So forget that they're kids, and that it's so important, and that gets lost. With politics, with the community that don't see our kids as kids. Right?
Yes.
They see they come out yes. For existence.
Yes.
Talk about that experience and why that is so important for you to have this space.
I mean, that's a lot to unpack. I'm 46 years old, and I've seen some things with these eyes, experiences, some scars that, that will never ever be able to heal. But giving these children a safe space, somewhere safe where they're not being censored, they're able to speak their mind and their truth, and it's a mutual type of healing, like healing wounds and healing my wound in the process is my gratification of it at the end of the day. Being able to service our children of color means even more passionate for me because I don't just service our kids of color. My doors are open for everybody. So that's what sets me aside from everybody else. And I think over the years, I've been almost 40 something years, being able to act the resources that should have been available to them way before is my greatest one of my greatest attributes is to go kick down these doors, make it known that we're not here for a pity party, but we're actually here to say, give us the same opportunities and watch us excel.
So talk about this part. Your son is one of, if not the youngest executive director in that county. How does that make you feel as a father? And just talk about, that experience perspective from
Man, I'm not even going to take away from him. Like I feel that I'm fortunate and I'm blessed that the God Almighty told me if I obey and not go and seek Him in the church, but seek Him with His people. In return, I think my son, basically found his calling, and what's beautiful about it was he was the one out of my 5 sons was to like latch onto me, and he was like, I want to be with my dad, despite anything that I was going through in my life, all my trials and tribulations. Monkey was the one that held on tightly, and you know what I mean. And so I'm like, hey, help me out then, but the fruits of my labor and my tears never go in vain. So basically, man, I'm not gonna take away from Monk. He's just man. He's very intellect. You know what I mean? I just wanted to push him to like find that zen of his. Uh, all the work that he's put into this movement to save all his friends and bring this great opportunity to his brothers and his kid folk out here is amazing to me because now I feel that that's being a leader, and he's a leader.
That natural born leader.
Natural born.
Natural born leader.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He takes after his father. for
Right,
sure.
right.
We tried. So let me ask you this first. He was very vulnerable in this interview. He talked about, his prayer doing his thing. What changed for me is the day to my meditation.
Yes.
Can you speak about that, that because that was seminal in his life for teaching who he was going to become and that he's becoming.
Right.
On a daily, it's exponential, right?
Right. Man, it's I'm gonna give the podcast because I respect you and I love you as a brother, man. But I had a pretty rough life growing up, you know what I mean? And I projected a lot of my negative behavior onto my children at a very young age because I didn't have a me to lead me and guide me. You know, at a very young age, I was raped, molested. You know what I mean? My mother went back, had a child with the man that was molesting me, so that type of reoccurring trauma was reoccurring. I had my first hit of meth from my mom. You know what I mean? And I got jumped into the gang at 14 years old. I found a brotherhood, a kinship to where a lot of us broke into was together. And we never talked about our trauma. You know what I mean? We never talked about the molestation and the physical abuse that was going on in the household. You know what I mean? And in my culture, it's very known in my culture to you don't tell, you don't speak. So as years progressed through my addiction, I knew there was a higher purpose. And 1996 was when you know what I mean? I was having that epiphany, but I just didn't have the guidance. Nobody was there to grab my hand and be like, Bailey, it's time. You know what I mean? I knew he was there because that's the only one I really relied on. But even going to churches, they would like judge me. They'd be like, you're a bad gang member, and just like shun me. And I was like, bro, I don't need to know all that, Bailey. I know I'm a bad soul. I just need some directions. And still yet, over the years, it progressed, you know what I mean? And I moved from Hawaii in 97. I got up there. It was like a fresh start. Not the same people I've been around. There's a beautiful old lady that I met, which was my wife's grandma. You know what I mean? She had this softness in her. Cause I was like, my chest was rock solid. Like nobody's gonna get in. I'm not gonna allow nobody to ever hurt me ever again. I swear, my chest was rock solid. I hated everybody. I hated anybody that came around me. I'll try and hurt you before you hurt me. Type of attitude, and that shit was like, it was weighing down on me, like, And then I started meeting people with like good intentions. You know what I mean? And I'll put up a defense because I didn't know whether they're trying to game me or they're trying to mistreat me or anything. So over the years, the healing process started, and I started aligning myself with good people. And then I fell back into the lifestyle because I never got that addressed. And that's where Monkey and them came inside the picture. They were born. And I was like having reflections through my youth. And I was like, oh, you promise yourself you're not going to put your babies through the same thing. You know what I mean? And eventually it happened. Fast forward to almost 17 years ago, I haven't had substance. You know what I mean? I went and got these certificates. I went into safe spaces. I went and learned about childhood trauma bonding, toxic masculinity. I've had conversations with professionals that specialize in this type of work. I listen. I hear them. You know what I mean? And over the years, it derived God's Broken Home University. The monkeys and his brothers are his right hands, like they all work together and stuff. So I'm fortunate, I'm blessed, I'm grateful. And I just tell everybody, I was like, man, it's easy to love. When you've been hurt so much, when you've been through so much in your life, you have nothing left but to just love. It's kind of contagious. People sometimes like he's doing it for a certain reason or there's an agenda behind it, but no.
So let me ask you a question. So I tell people, I don't typically have to set an alarm anymore. I get up. Some people said I'm a robot, right? Like, oh, you never rest, you just keep going. But there's a joy in doing the work.
Yes.
I have a purpose in life.
Yes.
And I'm on mission. And I
Yes.
constantly stay on mission. And so people know Bailey's doing everything.
Yes.
Doing everything.
Yeah.
Bailey's all over the place, right? Advocating.
Right.
And it's you're running a restaurant, you're working with the youth here, then you're downtown and advocating for the homeless and feeding the unhoused, right? You're doing all these things. So is that where that comes from? Is that grace that you were able to give yourself over the years, and now you find yourself here and you're just able to you've got this boundless energy. Like, well, you talk about it from your perspective.
That's the word right there, grace. You know, I mean, I don't wish nothing to happen to me on my worst enemy, right? And I was like, I've lost so many along the way too that wasn't able to open up and talk about these things, unpack this really deep trauma and stuff. So as time go on and I'm able to speak my story, um, I found my grace in it. Uh, I, I found peace in the violence that happened to me. I've forgiven everybody that's hurt me in the past. I love my mom. There's no other mother. I have her here with me. I have her near me. I ran our entire program through my entire family. I've lost some really loved ones that obviously didn't sit right with me addressing the entire family. But before God's Broken Home University took off, we had that real talk, Mark. And I told him I was like, I'm not gonna allow my children or my nieces and nephews around this individual. You guys not okay with that? You guys can just shun me, and they did. And I was cool with it. You know what I mean? I was like, that's your loss, but my kids expect me to be accountable, and so that's why I lead by that example. And they asked me, we have the family talk. Dad, why are we? I was like, we have to be accountable. I have to protect you guys. If I fail that, then you know what I mean. Then I subject you to that lifestyle and I surround you with people that you know what I mean. So
I think the trick is that people think that that's harder, but it's actually easier.
Yeah, it
is.
is.
It's free.
It's free.
You feel
Yeah,
free,
yeah,
right?
freedom. Yeah.
I'm gonna be the best person I can. If I make a mistake, I'm gonna make a mistake.
Yes.
I'm gonna do better than
Yes.
mistake. And there is a freedom.
Yes.
And you can wake up the next day and look forward
Yes.
to that hope, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna do better.
Yes.
I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna be able to change something. Like, I'm gonna be there for somebody.
Yes.
Right? Instead of staying hidden and withdrawn,
Right.
and protected,
Right.
and not being honest with yourself. Forget everyone else.
Yeah.
Just being honest with yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so right? Like kind of walking around, living life as an old frog.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
Yes.
So it is free to get to that other side. And I just encourage people to do that.
Yeah.
I think these conversations are really important because a lot of folks will see the finished product or the more finished product.
Right.
And they're like, okay, I know you had a history. I get it.
Right.
But now you're doing so good.
Right. Right.
Baby, you're doing so great. Mr. C,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, no. The struggle is real.
Yeah.
I had to
Very
go through
much.
these things, right?
Yeah.
And it's day in and day out. And you're surrounding yourself with positive people. Right?
Yes.
Like you said,
Yes.
accountable.
Yes.
And you will see your life change. And I reflect on people. I say, look, I know you're not where you want to be. But when you look back, you can look at all the footsteps that you made that you ain't thinking about because you're focused on what you need to be or how you haven't got to where you wanted to be. But
Right.
you have made all these gains.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see them
Right.
strong,
Right.
mentally. And they're ready to go.
Right.
And it pushes them up that next mile.
Right.
And they're good
Right.
to go.
Right.
You see them just get sturdier and sturdier.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. What do you want people to know about God's Broken Home University?
Man, to me that's like an open-ended question because for me personally, and I hope nobody after watching takes offense to it, but it's been years and years and years and years and years and years and years of it. to where I feel like band-aids, we put on band-aids after band-aids and nothing really came of it. And so, um, obviously today we had some very powerful people here today, and the music was playing, and I was trying to like watch the way the people were like responding to it because I don't like the fact that we're gonna censor the kids and want to like tell them how to like express, or I want them to be free to play the music they want. And maybe it's not for the ears of some, but that's that's giving them freedom to express through their music or through their language or through whatever they want to say at the moment. Because you know what I mean. And that's what God's Broken Home University is really on. Like, well, we help them identify stuff through their own mistakes, and after we identify it, we don't make it to where it's you check in for an hour and then it's like goodbye. It's like we reassure them that we gonna be here, bro. Like, despite whatever you're going through at the moment, we are gonna be here for you. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get on. Let's go.
Hold on, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But chill out, bro.
I'm trying to get interviewed. I
I
got
know.
some shit to
I'm
say.
in the middle of
I
an
got some
interview.
shit to say.
Okay, cool. But yeah, that's basically what we do. Teach them some manners. You know what I mean? And be accountable and be that uncle to be like, express, what did you do wrong out of that situation that you took? What was other ways that you could have adjusted? What other ways should you have approached a certain individual? That's it, you know?
So how can people support or get involved with Drive to Help?
Yeah, so it's kind of like falling on deaf ears, like every other thing. Like small organizations are really not being able to access certain things, but partnering up, we have to outsource, right, in order to bring the water back to the village. So, and we're big on that. So, I mean, we tapped in with a bunch of heavy hitters who's in the game. Because, you know me, I was like, man, am I the only one that feels bad for the kids and the shit that, oh, excuse my language, the stuff that's going on with them? And then we ran into other individuals who's in the game, who's doing it at mountain high, and we're like, let me get on that mountain and scream with you, So
Now talking about interviewing Jason is saying one of the issues is there are a lot of people that want to do the good work,
right.
but only some people know the game.
Mm.
So unless they're willing to share the game
Yeah.
with others,
Yes.
you get siloed off, and it's like, well,
Yes.
I'm so concerned about my bag, I can't possibly share
Right.
this resource with you.
Right.
I just want you to use my bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're together.
Yeah.
But we still need to know the game, right?
Yes.
So that doesn't say the outsource, right? I got to go outside
Right.
and get help. Right. So I create a 501c3. Where is
Yes.
this contract money? How do I go and talk to the Olympics?
Yes.
Where are these resources at? How do I get the support? Where do I get the training? Right.
Yes.
And now it's in here, and now you need a leader for kids out.
Yes.
Folks to follow you. Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
now you can tap in, and this is what we're doing. So come and be a part of it.
Yes.
We're not trying to close the doors.
Right.
Right. We're trying
Right.
to expand it.
Right.
There's a need here. These kids need help.
Yes.
They need love.
Yes.
They need a place where they understand they belong. And there's young adults that need it too. Like
Yeah.
you said, you were saying that earlier, right?
Right.
Not just the youth.
Right.
The mentors are getting healed from it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
And I talk about that all the time. Like we can focus on the kids, but we have parents that
Yes.
are dealing with a bunch of trauma also.
Yes.
So, I could be the best, professor when I was at an OC.
Yeah.
But I only have that person for that finite amount of time. They're going back into the lines there.
Yes.
So, you got to work on the den too.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing, young adults coming and giving their testimony and they're talking about their mentorship and you can see their healing, right?
Yes.
And then their kids see it, which is, Monk's testimony, right?
Yeah.
And then someone else had told that story also. Did you want to come over and talk really quick?
No.
No?
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
But you know what? I appreciate you. Thank you for taking time out. At some point in time, I'd love to give you a monk on, just kind of talking about that. I think that's something that is not elevated, especially in our social media. They don't show strong relationships with fathers and sons. And that's missing,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of times, the father may be missing out on a home for whatever reason,
Right.
and you talk about you're very wrong, right? You
Yeah.
talk about the mistakes that you made,
Yeah.
and so there are fathers that don't know how to interact into their kids'
Right.
life, after the mistakes they made. I think that'd be a really powerful conversation
Yes.
that will help a lot of young men, reconnect with their children.
Yes.
So I hope you'd be willing to have that conversation.
Oh, most definitely, Mari. You already know, man. You know what time I'm on. Graciously try to be there whenever you need me, bro.
No, it's great. When you talk with people, you learn more.
Yes.
Right? And it's like that. I've heard 2 children and 2 fathers share that same story today. And like that needs to be talked about. Yeah. That's where the gaps are. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate you for organizing this and being tireless in it, right?
Thank you,
when
bro.
people don't believe, when people say, you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it, you ain't the right one to be doing it. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do what I got to do regardless, right? I tell people I don't lose. I either win or I learn.
Yes.
So,
I like that. I like that.
I'm just going to keep learning.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I appreciate you.
I love you, bro. Thank you, Mar.
All right.
Ready? Yes, sir.
Excellent. Yeah, no, that's a powerful